really, really well. Today, I want to talk to you about the boss's micromanagers. If you work for a boss who micromanages everything, it really can be a complete nightmare. I worked with a couple of micromanagers, and it really can feel like you are actually the one who is going a tiny bit crazy. You start doubting your own skills. You start questioning everything that you do. You can get to the place when you are really actually scared to send anything out because you simply know that whatever you send out and share with your boss, it's just not going to be good enough for them. It's like you can never get it right, like ever. So here are 5 points to be aware of if you're working with a boss like this. Number 1, your boss is probably struggling with imposter syndrome, like 99.99% probably. And I know that you can't really care less about their internal challenges because they are the ones who got promoted. They are the ones with the title of a manager, or a director, or a vice president, or a CEO, or whatever their title is. And you just want to have a boss who can lead you with a clear direction, making you feel empowered and motivated. And I get that. However, if they struggle with imposter syndrome, the reality is going to be very different for you and for them. They keep double and triple checking everything you produce, not because they don't trust you, but because they don't trust themselves. They don't believe they are good enough to be in the position they are in, and they take everything that comes out of their department personally. It means that they see your piece of work, a presentation deck, for example, as their own work. And they have a very clear picture of the standard in their head, of the standard of the work they are willing to send out to the outside world and what that piece of work should look like. And so they will be correcting your deck, either the content or sentence structure or the style, until it corresponds with their expectations and they feel like it is good enough to be shared with the rest of the company. So don't take it personally, because if your boss struggles with imposter syndrome, it really is about their insecurities, not yours. Number 2, be super clear about their expectations before you start working on a project. Very often, as I said just a minute ago, in the head of a micromanager, it is very clear what they want the end result of the work or of the project to look like. They have a very clear picture. And very often they also think they communicate it very clearly. Unfortunately, it is not always the case. So be extremely, extremely specific about their expectations before you start working on a project or a piece of work. This will save you going back and forth. Or at least you will only go back and forth 3 times instead of 7 times. Number 3, give them a certainty. Reassure them that the job you've been asked to do is going to be done. They need as much certainty and reassurance as possible. Otherwise, they will be on your back all the time. So reassure them that the job you have been asked to do is going to be done, and it's going to be done on time. Number 4, avoid surprises. Don't send things out before they look at them. If you send something out and there are either mistakes in it, or God forbid, the feedback that comes back is not satisfactory, once again, they will take this as their personal feedback and it is their worst nightmare. So ask them to look at the piece of work before you send it out. It will make your life much easier. And number 5, create agreement about how are you going to work together. Working with a micromanager is potentially really could be a nightmare, and it is exhausting. So try to make agreements with your boss around the ways of working. Have a conversation about the processes that you're going to use together so that you can get on with your work and they know what to expect and they are not hit by any surprises. So agreements about the ways of working are very, very helpful for your own sanity. So there you have it. If you have any other recommendations, let us know in the comments. And if you are interested in learning about the process of how to overcome imposter syndrome, download my free PDF, which is in the link in the post here somewhere. And I hope it's going to help you get some tools and information and get you started. For now, I'm wishing you a most beautiful rest of the day, and I will see you again next week. Bye.